Heyo, this is BrandNewMac, bringing you a set of tutorials on hopefully how to improve on EA UFC. This is going to be covering the basics of what I think everyone should know and things that are going to help you get better, hopefully, at the game. A little bit about me. I'm currently ranked 4th on the Xbox One. I've played against a lot of the other top rated or top ranked players with good success. I've played competitive games for years. I've put many hour in every MMA game with EA UFC, definitely been my favourite so far. So the first thing I like to touch on is fighter stats. Stats make all the difference to the type of fighter you're going to play, the type of style you're going to use with that fighter. Even strong fighters have distinctive weaknesses. If we take a look at GSP as that example, really good stand up, really good ground control, but his defense on submissions is lacking and his submission offense isn't that great, only on choke submissions. So a lot of times when I see GSP, I'd like to pick someone like Nate Diaz or Pettis, BJ Penn, those types of people, and really attack GSP with subs. And that's the type of thing you need to be keeping an eye out. The more you look at the stats, the more you know what fighter's got what, the more you can game plan for that when you match up with them. Another thing you want to check with stats is specifically for the person you're playing as or the fighter you're playing as a lot. Check out their hand power so that you always know which hand you want to parry counter with. Check out which stronger leg, so you want to lead, you want to duel with an outside leg kick or an inside leg kick. Check their takedown defense, because then you know you're going to have to be extra careful with your stamina. All these little things add up in a fight, and the knowledge of it will make you a lot better. And what's really important is that you have a clear definition in your head of how you're going to play. Now, you can choose to play a number of ways on this game. You can choose just to be a striker, you can choose to wrestle people, you can choose to be really grindy and put them against the fence and try and hold them down. Be very ground and pound orientated. You can focus a lot on submissions. There's loads of different ways to play the game, and that's what makes it so good. And moving on to picking a fighter, I want to touch on abilities now. I'm not sure how many people know about abilities, I'm not sure how many people care, but to check fighter abilities, you want to go into Fight Now, press X or square depending on what console you're on. Scroll to the last page and you'll get fighter abilities. Now, abilities are new on EA UFC from any other MMA game that I can remember, and they're also really interesting. You've got a lot of choices, a lot of game styles, a lot of game plans you can make off the fighter abilities. Some of the more OP abilities that I can think of is Phenomenal, Chess Master, really good for when you're on the ground. If you want to stand and strike, you want to look for people that's maybe got fluidity, answering, heavy-handed, opportunist, these kind of things. And then once you've decided, like I said before, on your game plan, then you can really go searching for fighters that incorporate all that into one big picture. So a lot of the times when I feel like I want to strike with someone, I'll play Aldo. Aldo's got vicious kicks, attacks the base, and opportunists that all sync together really well. He also has answering, which is good if you want to play a bit more counteractive style, but I think Aldo is better if you go all-out attack. Vicious kicks and attack the base, increased damage from kicks and knees. Attack the base gives you an increased chance to cause your opponent to limp. Obviously he's got that from the Faber fight, and he also kicks a lot of people in a lot of his fights. If you get someone rocked, it's going to activate Opportunist, which is your strikes don't cost any stamina while your opponent is in a health event. Now, a lot of people don't understand just how ridiculous Opportunist is. You can, once you get someone rocked with Aldo, or anyone that's got Opportunist, you can just run at them and throw 7, 8, 9 punch combo, and if they try to respond, they're going to lose stamina while being hit, and you're not, and that gives you the opportunity for the takedown. It's going to give you a chance to really hurt them, and that's what you need, the kind of things you need to be thinking of. And it's not only top rated fighters that have got these fighter abilities that sync really well. If we look at Eddie Wineland, he's got fluidity, which is you don't use as much stamina for strikes. Relentless Assault, which means that you get a little bit of stamina back every time you hit someone, and swing for the fence. So what that means is Eddie Wineland can throw huge combos for huge damage. And that's the kind of thing you need to be looking out for. Just fighter abilities that are going to make towards a game plan that you like. And there's also abilities for submission fighters or jiu-jitsu fighters. People that want to pass guard or pass on the ground and get into a more dominant position for a submission. So you pick someone like BJ Penn, who's got Phenomenal, which helps with the speed of your transitions. He's also got Chess Master, which is a must-have for all submission fighters. It's a great ability for locking on the sub that much quicker. And if you're looking for someone that's more grindy, someone with a great top control, you might go for Faber. He's got crushing presence and workhorse and infinite core and all these things that make for a really good ground fighter, someone that's got excellent top control, and the abilities just exacerbate that even more. I see a lot of people in rank that don't focus on their stamina enough. Stamina management is by far the biggest thing that will improve your game and will make you a better fighter. When you've got low stamina, it's easier to be taken down. It's easier for someone to pass your guard or just pass on you on the ground. It's easier to be knocked out or rocked. It's far easier to be submitted. And all these things can be avoided if you just control your stamina. Now the thing with stamina standing and striking is that the more extravagant strikes cost more stamina. So personally, I build my plan around jabs and leg kicks. Once I feel that someone's open enough for a big strike or a stamina consuming strike, then that's when I'll unload with like a flying knee. So a lot of my attacks will look like jab, leg kick. And then if they're swinging away at me and I'm blocking, then I can go for a knee. Also, the thing with stamina is it's relevant to what your opponent has. Now, if you've both got half stamina, takedowns are going to be the same as if you both had full stamina. If you've got low stamina and they've got low stamina, you're going to react the same. You're both in equal danger of being rocked. You're both in equal danger of being submitted. So for a quick recap of the basics, you want to check out stats, check people's hand power. You want to check their takedown defense most of all. Then you want to choose a style that you enjoy playing, the style that you want to excel at. And then to excel at that style, you want to choose a fighter that has those abilities with high stats in those categories. And then really work on your game plan and work on with the abilities that's given to you. All the while maintaining excellent stamina control. Really focus on your stamina consumption and how much and where you're applying it. And make sure you've always got more stamina than the other fighter, and you'll go a long way. So hopefully this was of some use to someone. And if you need to get at me, you can at me at Twitter. You can comment me on YouTube and I'll get to it as soon as I can. So the next tutorial will be on an in-depth look at striking and ground striking. So until next time, peace.